Hi, and welcome back to my podcast, to another episode of the series, the Mahabharata, Chapter 13, Draupadi's Swayamvara. During their stay at Ekachakra, the Pandavas came to know that the king of Panchal, Drupada, was conducting a Swayamvara for his beautiful daughter, Draupadi. The Pandavas decided to attend the Swayamvara. They went along with a group of Brahmins. They reached the palace in Panchal where the Swayamvara was going to take place. Pandavas were seated with a group of Brahmins so that no one could recognize them. There were many great and mighty kings and princes who had come there with a dream of marrying Draupadi. Amongst them were Duryodhan, Karna, Jarasandha, Shishupal, Shalya, and more. King Drupada had also invited Sri Krishna, the king of the Dwaraka, as a special guest of honor. Sri Krishna was the cousin of the Pandavas, as his father Vasudeva and Kunti were siblings. The marriage hall was grand and magnificent. It was beautifully decorated for the occasion. In the center of the hall, a big vessel of oil was kept on a big platform. Just above the oil vessel, there was a revolving disc. In the center of the disc, a fish was hanging. After some time, Draupadi entered the hall. She was looking exceptionally beautiful in her royal bridal attire. She had a divine glow on her face. Everyone present there was dazzled by her beauty. Draupadi's brother, Drishtadyumna, announced the condition of the Swayamvara. Honorable kings and princes, as you can see, there is a fish hanging on the revolving disc. The person who would succeed in hitting the eye of the fish by seeing its reflection in the oil vessel would win the Swayamvara. All the princes and kings were stunned to hear the condition, which was quite difficult. King Drupada had purposely kept such a difficult condition as he wanted the most valiant and talented person to become his daughter's groom. All the great kings and princes tried to fulfill the condition, but none of them could succeed. On Duryodhan's insistence, Karna went forward to participate, but Draupadi stopped him by saying that the contest was only meant for the royal blood, and Karna was a charioteer's son. Other people also supported Draupadi's view. Karna felt insulted, but he quietly came back to his seat. He was very confident that he could fulfill the Swayamvara's conditions. King Drupada now became worried, as there was not a single person who could fulfill the condition of the Swayamvara. While King Drupada was wondering what to do, Arjuna stood up and asked for his permission to participate. King Drupada looked at Arjuna. Impressed by his divine looks and courage, he gave him the permission. People objected that how could a Brahmin participate in a Swayamvara, but King Drupada asked Arjuna to come forward. Looking at the reflection of the fish in the oil vessel, Arjuna aimed his arrow at its eye. The arrow hit at exactly the right place. People were amazed to see the great archery skills of a Brahmin. Draupadi was spellbound to see Arjuna's act. She moved forward and placed the flower garland in his neck. The kings and princes present there raised an objection on how a Brahmin's participation. They started arguing with King Drupada. Sri Krishna intervened and pacified them. He asked King Drupada to make arrangements for the ceremony. King Drupada happily conducted all the ceremonies of the wedding. He sent Draupadi with Arjuna and the Pandavas. King Drupada doubted that Arjuna was not a Brahmin and was someone from the royal family. He sent his son Drishtadyumna to find out the true identity of the Brahmin brothers. The Pandavas returned home. They called out to Kunti, "Mother, see what have we brought for you today." Kunti was performing her daily worship at that time. Unaware of the fact that her sons were talking about Draupadi, she replied, "Dear sons, please share equally whatever you've brought." Pandavas were surprised to hear their mother's words. When Kunti looked at Draupadi, she also got surprised. Arjuna told her about the Swayamvara and his marriage with Draupadi. Kunti realized her mistake, but she couldn't take back her words. Just then, Lord Krishna, along with his elder brother Balram, reached there. Both paid respect to their aunt Kunti by touching her feet and asked the cause of her worry. Hearing Kunti's words, Lord Krishna explained that it was the result of a boon granted to her in her previous birth that Draupadi would marry 5 men. On the other hand, Drishtadumna, who was following the Pandavas, came out to know about their true identity. He went back and told King Drupada the 5 Brahmins were none other than the Pandavas of Hastinapur, and the one who won the Swayamvar was the great warrior Arjuna. King Drupada was also delighted to hear this. He always wanted a mighty person like Arjuna as his son-in-law. He invited the Pandavas and Kunti to his palace. Kunti told him about the incident that happened when her sons came with Draupadi. She suggested that all 5 Pandavas should be married to Draupadi. King Drupada accepted Kunti's suggestion, and Draupadi became the wife to all the 5 brothers. Sri Krishna and his brother Balram were also present there. This was the chapter for today. See you in the next episode on another day with more exciting things happening in the Mahabharata. See you!